every day. Foreign man says so.
It informs me of what happens in Tobago.
I find it to be so informative. Every aspect of Tobago affairs is being discussed there. So I will continue to look at Rise and Shine. That's my thing.
Monday to Friday, 6:30 a.m. to 8:30 a.m.
I love Rise and Shine.
Does it feel like your loan repayments and monthly bills are taking over your life? With Cathedral Credit Union's debt consolidation loan, you can combine multiple debts into one convenient monthly payment, making it easier to manage your finances and reduce stress. Borrow up to $150,000 with repayment periods of up to 7 years, giving you the flexibility to take control of your financial future. One loan, one payment, less stress. Because financial peace of mind should be simple. Visit Cathedral Credit Union today. Call 868-235-6947 or visit cathedralcutt.com. Cathedral Credit Union. Member owned, member focused.
Rand Credit Union.
You can make your goals unfold, go get it. You can live your dream, join the team, let's do this. You can get the help you need to succeed with Rand Credit Union. You can believe that you can achieve it. Today you can live that dream. Pull up to the job, it's a brand new wheel with Rand Credit Union. Yes you can, yes you can.
Come in and live your best life today with Rand Credit Union.
Every village has a story. Every tradition has a voice. This July 16th to August 1st, discover them all at the 2026 Tobago Heritage Festival. This year's theme, Let We Tell the Whole Story, invites you to experience the customs, resilience, and rich cultural legacy that continue to define Tobago. Join us for unforgettable performances, village celebrations, and authentic cultural experiences across the island. The Tobago Heritage Festival 2026. Let we tell the whole story. Visit TobagoFestivalsCommission.com for event details.
Security Services Company is the most advanced security service in Tobago. Ask about our cash and transit service. It's safe, risk-free, reliable, and timely. We provide safe banking delivery for all business types and sizes with highly trained staff, 24/7 monitoring, coordinated emergency response, and a well-maintained fleet of armored vehicles. Contact us at 660-7723 or visit our website at www.mi4securitytt.com to sign up today.
ANR Robinson International Airport gets renewed aerodrome operator license. Nursing Association expressed disappointment at exclusion from nursing assistant program. And tributes pour in for Tobago icon Alan Richards. Good evening, Tobago. I'm Natalie Singh. Thank you for joining us here on Channel 5 and Pulse 89.5 FM. To our top story now, the new terminal building at the ANR Robinson International Airport has cleared another major hurdle ahead of becoming fully operational. The Airports Authority of Trinidad and Tobago has received a renewed aerodrome operator license from the Trinidad and Tobago Civil Aviation Authority, certifying that the airport's new eastern terminal has met all regulatory requirements for operational readiness. The license was presented on July 23rd by Director General of Civil Aviation, Carrie Price, to Airports Authority General Manager Hayden Newton during a ceremony at the new terminal. The certification confirms that the Eastern Terminal has now been officially incorporated into the airport's aerodrome and meets the required standards for safety, security, and operations. The new terminal was officially opened by the former PNM administration on March 15, 2025, but has not yet begun commercial operations. Since taking office, Transport and Civil Aviation Minister Eli Zakur has toured the facility twice, including a visit with THA Chief Secretary Fali Augustine, and most recently on July 11th with Airports Authority officials to review progress toward its opening. The two-story, 25,500 square meter terminal is designed to handle up to 3 million passengers annually and features 9 departure gates, modern check-in systems, intelligent energy management, an expanded departure hall, and increased parking capacity. The Association of Trinidad and Tobago Insurance Companies is seeking to clarify what it says is misinformation surrounding the government's new pension tax exemption. In a media release, ATIC said recent reports suggesting the insurance industry and the Ministry of Finance are at odds over the issue are misleading. The association stressed there is no disagreement, but rather a technical interpretation of the eligibility requirements outlined in the Finance Act 2026. ATIC said both pension fund plans and deferred annuity plans are governed under the Income Tax Act, but only approved pension funds and approved individual deferred retirement annuity plans purchased by and payable to a resident of Trinidad and Tobago qualify for the new tax exemption. According to ATIC, corporate deferred annuities generally do not qualify because they are owned and purchased by employers on behalf of employees rather than by individuals themselves. The association noted that employer contributions to these plans remain tax deductible, while employees continue to benefit from tax-sheltered growth during the accumulation phase. ATIC also encouraged pensioners to confirm the type of pension plans they receive, verify their tax residency status, and review any tax deducted from qualifying pension income with the Board of Inland Revenue if necessary. The association said it supports the government's intention to reduce the tax burden on retirees and remains available to provide technical clarification to policymakers, regulators, and the media. Today is World Day Against Trafficking in Persons, and the Ministry of Homeland Security is urging citizens to remain vigilant against human trafficking and online scams. In a message marking the observance, Minister of Homeland Security Roger Alexander said traffickers often lure victims with false promises of jobs, education, and better opportunities before exploiting them through forced labor, sexual exploitation, and other forms of abuse. The minister said the counter-trafficking unit has intensified its efforts, carrying out 61 investigations in 2025, identifying 31 victims and charging 9 people with trafficking-related offenses. He added that in 2026, the unit rescued 4 victims, including 2 children, and arrested 29 people on offenses linked to trafficking, sexual offenses, money laundering, and related crimes. Alexander said public awareness remains one of the strongest tools in preventing trafficking and encouraged citizens to question suspicious job offers, avoid sharing personal information with unknown recruiters, and report suspected cases. Anyone with information is encouraged to contact the Counter-Trafficking Unit at 800-4288 or via WhatsApp 702-0467. And Minister Alexander spoke more on the issue.
As we commemorate World Day Against Trafficking in Persons, we invite you to wear blue in solidarity with survivors in support of the fight against human trafficking. Every year, thousands of persons around the world are deceived by fraudulent job offers, false promises of financial security and opportunities that seems too good to be true.
He spoke of the theme to commemorate the day.
This year's theme highlights the deceptive tactics traffickers use to exploit trust, ambition, and vulnerabilities. As I mark 1 year in office as Minister of Homeland Security, I am encouraged by the progress made in strengthening Trinidad and Tobago's response to human trafficking. If you see something that doesn't seem right, I urge you to report it. Your actions could save a life, protect a victim, and help bring traffickers to justice. Together, we can build a Trinidad and Tobago where traffickers cannot operate and where vulnerable people are protected, supported, and given a chance to rebuild their lives.
Meanwhile, sex tourism remains a concern in Tobago, with the counter-trafficking unit warning that the island accounts for between 2 and 3% of reported human trafficking cases. Speaking at the unveiling of a Don't Buy Sex, It Could Cost You Everything billboard along the Sherburne Highway, Deputy Director Dane Marie Marshall said traffickers are deceiving vulnerable migrant women and bringing them to Tobago for sexual exploitation, particularly during major events. Marshall warned that the unit will continue targeting offenders across Trinidad and Tobago. She said Operation Iceberg led to the rescue of several women, arrests in Signal Hill, Bon Accord, and Trinidad, and 3 preventive detention orders. Marshall added that Trinidad and Tobago, with support from the U.S. Embassy, is working to improve its anti-trafficking ranking from Tier 2 to Tier 1. This is news on Channel 5 and Pulse 89.5 FM. We will be back after these.
Rand Credit Union.
You can make your goals unfold, go get it. You can live your dream, join the team, let's do this. You can get the help you need to succeed. Rand Credit Union, you can believe that you can achieve it. Today you can live that dream, pull up to the job and survive your week with Rand Credit Union. Yes, you can, yes, you can.
Come in and live your best life today with Rand Credit Union.
Welcome to the speed round of getting money right. Let's begin. Name some of the red flags associated with an investment scam.
Pressure tactics to invest.
Correct.
Promise of money if you bring friends.
Correct.
Request for personal information.
Correct. Bonus question. What is the penalty for operating a pyramid or Ponzi scheme?
$10 million and 10 years in prison.
Correct. Well done. The scores are even, so we go to our tiebreaker question. You receive money in your account from an investment company, and they tell you to transfer it to a third account. Does that sound right?
I think about it, and that's not right.
Congratulations, you tinker. Getting Money Right is brought to you by the TTSEC. Visit investigateTT.com to access free learning resources and check the TTSEC for a list of registered individuals and securities. The Trinidad and Tobago Securities and Exchange Commission. You invest, we protect, everyone benefits.
Hey, as you come in. Long time I see you, Jill. This station pumping. Ready for children party. Mommy! Jay, you can't go nowhere with these children. And you know you can't depend on Kevin neither Steven to see about them. Yes. Total waste. So I supposed to stay home whole time? Jada is 12. She could see about that. You just leave Jada to see about Kia and Kayla. I thought it's your mother or your sister. Who? Them always busy. Jada could handle that. She cooking and cleaning a long time. And the next two, better know what time it is. It's only me, you know. I will talk to my mother. She just home these days. She will make sure the children okay. Alright. Let me see the moves for later.
Before you ramage, make sure the children okay.
Call 996 to report all child abuse now. A message from the Children's Authority of Trinidad and Tobago.
Welcome back to news here on Channel 5 and Pulse 89.5 FM. The Trinidad and Tobago National Nursing Association is welcoming the launch of the Nursing Assistant Program at COSTAT, but it says it was overlooked for the official ceremony despite years of advocating for improvements in the nursing profession. We have more in this report. The Trinidad and Tobago National Nursing Association says it was excluded from yesterday's launch of the Nursing Assistant Program at COSTAT, despite what it describes as years of leading advocacy for improvements in nursing and midwifery. In a Facebook post, the association said the omission was not an isolated incident, claiming it has been excluded for decades from key discussions, consultations, and official forums concerning the profession it represents. The TTNNA said the situation has worsened as it intensified its advocacy on issues affecting nurses and midwives, including education, professional standards, working conditions, and patient care. The association argued that the Nursing Assistant Program is the result of sustained advocacy, activism, and legal efforts over the past 3 years, particularly its push for nursing assistants to be trained through an accredited tertiary institution to ensure nationally recognized qualifications and stronger professional standards. Despite its disappointment, TTNNA said it remains committed to advancing educational reform, professional recognition, improved career pathways, and better working conditions for all categories of nursing and midwifery personnel. The association congratulated the program's first cohort of students and all those involved in bringing the initiative to fruition, describing the launch as a significant milestone for the profession and one it is proud to have helped make possible. PNM Senator Dr. Amory Brown is demanding answers from the government over its decision to oppose the reappointment of United Nations High Commissioner for Human Rights, Volker Turk. Max Taylor tells us that Brown made the demand at an opposition PNM conference yesterday.
PNM Senator and former Foreign and CARICOM Affairs Minister Dr. Avery Brown has condemned the government's decision to oppose the reappointment of United Nations High Commissioner for Human Rights, Volker Turk. Describing the vote as a threat to democracy in Trinidad and Tobago, CARICOM, and the wide international community, Brown says the reappointment was backed by an overwhelming majority of nations.
This country was the only member state of CARICOM to vote against this reappointment. We were also in a small minority. 144 countries voted in favor of the reappointment, so clearly he enjoys an overwhelming mandate from the global community. Only 10 countries voted against.
Brown described the vote as bizarre, saying no explanation was provided by Trinidad and Tobago's diplomats at the United Nations before or after the vote. He also criticized Foreign and CARICOM Affairs Minister Sean Sobers for remaining silent and failing to address the issue publicly.
And I want to remind that minister, this Prime Minister, and the government of Trinidad and Tobago, the foreign policy of a country is not your personal property to negotiate away, to trade away, to sell away, or to fritter away our sovereignty. These policies belong to the people of Trinidad and Tobago, and you have to account to them.
Brown said Volker Turk has demonstrated bold and impartial leadership as UN High Commissioner for Human Rights, warning that Trinidad and Tobago's vote against his reappointment could signal a shift away from supporting human rights globally. He added that the government has yet to publicly explain its position. Maxwell Taylor, Channel 5 News.
A local Islamic organization is calling on the government to explain its decision to vote against the reappointment of United Nations High Commissioner for Human Rights, Volker Turk. In a media release, the Islamic Front said Trinidad and Tobago's vote at the July 24th United Nations General Assembly departs from the country's long-standing support for Palestinian rights and international law. The organization said it has written to the government urging it to reconsider its position and return to what it described as the nation's traditional commitment to justice and human rights. It has also issued a separate letter to the Muslim community calling on Muslims to oppose oppression and hold the administration accountable for its actions. The Islamic Front described the vote as a moral turning point, arguing that opposing the reappointment of a UN official who has spoken out on humanitarian crisis in Gaza undermines Trinidad and Tobago's credibility as a defender of human rights. The organization is urging the government to reverse course and encourage members of the public and civil society to advocate for what it says are the country's long-standing principles of justice and solidarity. Up to news time, the government had not publicly responded to the group's statement. This is news on Channel 5 and Pulse 89.5 FM. We will be back after these.
Cathedral Credit Union is celebrating big. Get up to $81,000 at just 0.8% interest with our anniversary loan. And because Christmas is in the air, we're spreading cheer with up to $60,000 at only 1%. Visit cathedralcutt.com or call 235-6947 today. Cathedral Credit Union. Member-owned, member-focused.
You can now get whatever you need whenever you need it anywhere in Tobago with Tobago. Your meals, medication, groceries, and shopping all delivered directly to you. No more hassle, no more stress. Get the Tobago app today on Google Play or Apple App Store.
That's TAPPOGO and let us deliver to you.
Check our website at www.tapogo.app or call the experts at 494-TOGO and 484-4746. Tobago. Relax. We will get it to you. Tobago's at your service.
Escape to elegance at Le Chateau Suites Tobago. Gated privacy, breathtaking villas, unforgettable memories, where Caribbean dreams become reality.
MI4 Security Services Company is the most advanced security service in Tobago. Ask about our cash and transit service. It's safe, risk-free, reliable, and timely. We provide safe banking delivery for all business types and sizes with highly trained staff, 24/7 monitoring, coordinated emergency response, and a well-maintained fleet of armored vehicles. Contact us at 660-7723 or visit our website at www.mi4securitytt.com to sign up today.
Welcome back to news here on Channel 5 and Pulse 89.5 FM. Tributes continue to pour in following the death of Alan Richards, former Tobago House of Assembly Secretary and veteran public servant. The Office of the Chief Secretary and former Assemblyman Ashwood Jack are remembering him as a dedicated leader whose service helped shape Tobago. More in this report. Former Tobago House of Assembly member Ashwood Jack is paying tribute to the late Alan Richards, describing him as one of the architects of Tobago's modern development. Extending condolences to the Richards family, Jack recalled that as Tobago's first chief administrator, Richards worked tirelessly during the Assembly's formative years to implement its expanded responsibilities. He said Richards played a key role in initiatives such as the introduction of scholarships for Tobagonians pursuing careers in engineering and medicine. Jack also reflected on the tendency to recognize people's contributions only after their death, urging Tobagonians to celebrate those who have helped shape the island while they are still alive. Asked how Richards should be honored, Jack said he did not want to be presumptuous, but was confident the Tobago House of Assembly would make an appropriate decision. Meanwhile, the Office of the Chief Secretary described Richards as a distinguished public servant, visionary businessman, and proud son of Tobago. It highlighted his service to the THA, including his role in establishing the Planning Department, serving as Clerk of the Assembly and later as Chief Administrator from 1996 to 2008. The office also recognized his contributions to Tobago's tourism sector through the Towers Hospitality Group and noted his numerous national honors, including the Medal of Merit Gold and the naming of the Signal Hill Hospital roundabout in his honor. Former Finance Minister Colm Imbert says Trinidad and Tobago's economy is in a precarious position, accusing the United National Congress government of refusing to take responsibility and instead engaging in a blame game. Speaking 15 months after the general election, Imbert pointed to Standard & Poor's latest outlook on the country's economy, issued on July 22nd, which maintained a negative outlook. According to Imbert, the report should concern every citizen and investor as it reflects continued uncertainty about the country's economic direction. He urged that instead of providing clear explanations on how it intends to address the country's fiscal challenges, the government has chosen to blame the previous administration. Imbert said the UNC must be transparent with the public about the state of the economy and outline a credible plan to restore confidence, strengthen public finances, and stimulate economic growth. He maintained that the latest assessment underscores the need for decisive leadership and prudent economic management, warning that continued uncertainty could have serious implications for investment and the country's financial stability.
Real GDP growth, 2022, plus 0.9% under the PNM. 2023, plus 1.5% under the PNM. 2024, plus 2.5% under the PNM, constantly increasing positive growth. 2025, negative minus 0.8%. And S&P is predicting a bad year in 2026. They say our economy will contract by 2% in 2026.
Imbert says the negative outlook can lead to a downgrade in the next 12 months if steps to improve public finance, maintain strong external profile, and preserve foreign exchange aren't taken.
S&P quoted the correct GDP figures for Trinidad and Tobago, as opposed to my deep disappointment, the fake numbers published by the IMF when they came earlier. And those fake numbers were based on fabricated statistics given to the IMF by the current UNC administration, which regrettably they just swallowed it.
The former finance minister says a rating decline from S&P would indicate junk status for Trinidad and Tobago. Imbert spoke at the PNM press conference on July 29th. The Castara Village Council is mounting a football competition geared towards increasing the community spirit among the youngsters in the area. Ari Benjamin, the council's vice president, visited Tobago Channel 5 studio earlier today to talk about the event dubbed Castara Yard Style.
It's 9 plus a keeper, right? So, or 9 including the keeper, I should say, right? So since it's a smaller field, you know, we carry down the size of the team, so Castara field is quite unique, yeah. So it's a bit unorthodox, but so we carry down the sizes of the teams, and it's usually quite a good talking from personal experience, I quite enjoy playing on that field. It's a different style of football, and I think other teams
Benjamin said the event, which was held consistently for years, had stopped completely. However, the newly formed village council, after hearing many requests, decided to restart it. He also talked about the teams that are invited.
At the moment, the priority for the teams are mostly north side teams, so anywhere from Mariah, Mason Hall as well too, because they invite us in their league all the time. So Mason or Mariah all the way up the north side. And depending on how many teams register, we do have space for outside teams, teams further to the capital.
The village council's vice president stressed that while other teams are invited to participate in the event, the teams from Tobago North will be given priority. He said the cost of registration per team is $500. To get more information on and register, he asks that you call 339-9849 before the August 8th event. Games are expected to begin at 8 p.m. and the first prize is $12,000. Here's a look at the weather now. Tropical wave traversing in the area, partly cloudy and slightly hazy with scattered showers and a low 20% chance of the isolated thunderstorm. Tomorrow, partly cloudy to cloudy, slightly hazy and at times breezy with scattered showers, periods of rain. There's also the medium chance of a few heavier showers and or the isolated thunderstorm during morning. Conditions should gradually settle during afternoon to give a generally fair night despite the isolated lingering shower. Gusty winds and street flash flooding may occur in near heavier showers, thunderstorms. Seas are moderate, east-southeast 5 to 35 kilometers per hour. In open waters, 1.5 meters to 2.5 meters. In sheltered areas, 1 meter to 1.5 meters. High tides are 4:22 a.m. and 5:05 p.m. Low tides at 10:57 a.m. and 10:50 p.m. Sunrise at 5:50 a.m. and sunset 6:27 p.m. Temperatures should reach a maximum of 29 degrees and fall to 24. Before we go, let's recap the headlines now. A&R Robinson International Airport gets renewed aerodrain operator license. Nursing Association expresses disappointment at exclusion from nursing assistant program, and tributes pour in for Tobago icon Alan Richards. That's the news here on Channel 5 and Pulse 89.5 FM. Have a good night and stay safe.